If you guys are here live with me, say hello. Put your name in the comments. Let me know where you guys are coming from. And if you guys are catching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy nights tonight to be here with me. And so you guys can obviously see in the title here that it is labeled, "It is never too late to start again." And I kind of wanted to start this off just by sharing a little bit of a story. Some of you guys on here are new to my social media, and some of you guys have been following my journey for quite some time, so you know a bit more of my story. But for me, I did have to start again, and which is why this is something that I titled this for today. And so 3 years ago, 4 years ago, my life was completely different than it is today. And at that point in my life, I wasn't the happiest person. And I was struggling quite a lot with my mental health. I was working as a paramedic, and my life was totally different than it is now. I had a house at 25 years old. I was in a 6 year relationship. I had making six-figure income, pension, benefits, brand new vehicle, all of these things, right? And I was so unhappy inside. And for the longest time, guys, I blamed it on that societal timeline. That timeline that dooms us all because we feel like we need to reach all of these certain milestones in our life, right? And then when we don't reach them by a certain, hey, Leanna, when we don't reach them by a certain point, then we start doubting ourselves. We start feeling like crap, right? And in reality, it's actually just been one of those realizations that I've had more recently, that this timeline was never the issue. It was the expectations that I placed on myself from the external world that actually made me feel very unfulfilled in my life. And I share that with you because it does not matter how old you are, what experience you have, where you currently are in your life, how you're currently feeling right now in this moment watching this with me. It does not matter because you can choose at any moment to start again. And I share that with you because 3 years ago now, I had this event that happened in my life that completely changed absolutely everything for me. And that 6 year relationship that I was in ended. And that was my whole entire world. It was everything that I knew. And it took the rug out from underneath me, and I was forced to rebuild right from the very, very bottom again. And after working so hard to achieve all of these things in life, right? It was like, oh my gosh, now I'm starting all over again. And it was a super hard time in my life. But you know what? At that moment in my life when that happened, I made a promise to myself and I said, from this day moving forward, I'm going to start doing everything for myself. And I'm going to relearn what the heck it means to live this life in a human body and freaking figure out like what excites me. And I know there's a lot of you guys sitting here watching this tonight, and maybe you are feeling fulfilled in your life, or maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck. You're feeling a little bit lost right now, and you're feeling like there has to be something more for your life. And I want you to just hang on to that feeling right now and stick around here with me for this live because it could be something that does really impact you. So I want to share a quote with you from an amazing mentor that I have just dug into a lot of his content, Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you guys have not heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza, he is absolutely incredible. And he has a quote that says 95% of who you are by the time you're 35 is a set of memorized behaviors and emotional reactions that create an identity subconsciously. And what that means is that we have this conscious mind, which we're navigating, like we can consciously choose to do things, but we also have this subconscious mind, which is about 95%. So by the time we're 35, and I beg to differ, like, because I was 25 when all of this stuff happened to me, and can totally relate to this so much. And that 95% is actually a lot of memorized behaviors and emotional reactions in which that we're just doing on a day-to-day basis without even thinking, right? There's so many times where you're driving to work or you're getting ready in the morning, you're doing all of these things, but you're not even really consciously there. You're thinking about something else, but you're just in the motions, going through the motions, doing all of these things, right? And a lot of this is actually created and programmed. If you think of it like a computer, and when you're on your computer, there's lots of programs running in the background, while you have your Word or your Facebook up on your actual computer. That's what you're consciously doing. But there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the background, right? So that 95% in which is running in the background, a lot of that is actually programmed from when we're a child. Okay. So I want you guys to know that, because when you're wanting to achieve your goals, you're wanting to start doing things outside of what you normally do, you are actually working against that. And so 5% of your conscious mind, okay, that is actually plugged into reality is working against that 95% of what you've actually memorized subconsciously. Okay, so that's two opposing forces. So this is why you may be like not achieving your actual goals. You've got this amazing vision, this amazing plan for something that you want to achieve, yet you've got this 95% of this past programming that's just holding you back from achieving everything that you want to do. So you try, and you can never get there. So if you've never done any subconscious work, that's okay, because you know what? 3 years ago, before I did all this stuff, I had no clue about any of this stuff. This was all just stuff that I have dove into and just friggin' fell madly in love with, and started up my coaching business to help other people that were in the same spot as I was. And so in order to make a change, we must make a change, right? If we're living off of that same 95%, those thoughts, if we don't change those thoughts, we're not going to change the actual beliefs, and we're not going to change the actions. So we can't expect a change unless we're willing to make a change. And so that's why I created Becoming Aware, which is an incredible 8-week program that I'm going to be teaching you everything that you need to know to start reprogramming that 95% so you can actually start achieving all of these things in life that you're looking to achieve. So if you're feeling stuck, then that could be something that is going to be able to push you past and get you back realigned. Hi, Mike. So excited you're on here. To get you back realigned into where you're wanting to go, okay? So becoming aware is an exploration of that 95% so that you can energetically align that with where you're wanting to actually go. And science has proved it. Neuroplasticity means that our brains, we can rewire our brains through repetition, through reprogramming, by taking each belief that we have and challenging it. And this is where this is where that exploration comes in. And I'm going to show you how to explore this. Is because we need to take each belief that we have, which is, imagine we have 70,000 thoughts in our head each and every single day, 70 to 80,000 thoughts. Imagine now finding those beliefs and taking them out one by one and being able to challenge them and say, is this belief serving me and moving me forward? Or is this belief holding me back from wanting to, like, achieving everything that I want to achieve? And it's either going to be a hell no, it's not, or it's going to be a hell yes. And if it's a hell yes, we keep it. If it's a hell no, then we want to change it, right? So over time, when we start changing that into something that is a hell yes, and then we reprogram our mind, all of a sudden that 95% is actually going to be working with you and pushing you toward your vision, pushing you toward your goal instead of holding you back all the time. Okay, so if you're having these thoughts in your head right now, maybe you've got thoughts in your head that you're lazy, maybe that you're inconsistent, maybe there's thoughts in there, and everybody has these thoughts, guys. Every single person has these negative thoughts that are holding them back. Maybe they're saying that you're ugly, you're fat, you're not smart enough. Maybe they're saying that you don't know how to do something. Maybe they're saying that you don't have enough money for this. Okay? I want you to know, remember, a lot of these things have been programmed from your past, from your childhood, before we had a chance to say yes or no to these beliefs, okay? So there's another quote that I absolutely love, and it says, it's not your fault if you're fucked up, but it is your fault if you stay fucked up. And we live in this incredible time right now where we have access to so many incredible different people, the most brilliant minds. Technology has really brought in so much into our awareness and into the things that we're able to learn from, right? We model, we learn from other humans, and that's one of the most incredible things. So being able to take all of those beliefs that are not serving you and reprogram them. I mean, imagine how that would feel if you were then working with these things, actually working with you and pushing you forward toward these goals, and you started achieving all of these things that are been sitting there on your heart for so long. Because guys, you are so capable of achieving them. And I know this because you're a human being and you are freaking unstoppable. When you can learn to get that 95%, in line with everything that you're wanting to achieve. There is literally nothing that you can't achieve. Okay, guys? So, with this 8-week masterclass that I have put on, that I'm putting on coming up in November, I'm doing a free masterclass, okay? And this masterclass is going to be held on November 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be recorded if you aren't able to get on it live. So, on this masterclass, I'm going to be giving you some incredible things to get you started onto that path of reprogramming. Because, like anything, guys, this takes time. When we go to the gym and we want to get results, we want to get those big muscles, right? It takes time, it takes consistency of these small actions daily in order to achieve our goals. Okay, it's the exact same thing with our minds. It takes small, consistent daily actions for us to be able to achieve the things that we're wanting to achieve. So, in this masterclass, I'm going to be giving you guys some small tools that you can take away and implement into your daily life so that you can start reprogramming that mind and be able to start moving toward your goals. And if at the end of that you choose that you would love to join us, link arms with us for the Becoming Aware program that we have starting in November. It's going to be 8 weeks. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And in this 8 weeks, I'm going to give you a little lowdown because I'm super excited for it. I'm going to give you a little lowdown as to what is actually going to be covered in this 8 weeks. So in week number 1, we have an introduction and just to raising your frequency. We live in this world of energy. And as we can learn to raise our frequency, which you'll learn in this course, how our emotions and all of the things that we're feeling inside of our body are actually correlated to this frequency, okay? So if we have a toxic body, we have a toxic mind, and we have a toxic life. So in week 1, we're going to be talking about that and how you can raise your frequency. Week number 2, we're going to be talking about co-creating with the divine. So we're going to go more into emotional intelligence. We're going to be going more into the law of attraction and how when you can align that inner frequency with that outer vision and you start matching those frequencies, you're going to start attracting in new higher caliber opportunities into your life in any area of your life. And that truly is the secret to manifestation, if you've heard that term before. So week number 3, we're going to be going into unlocking your deepest desires, okay? So this is where we're going to start tapping into that 95%. What are the things holding you back? What are the things you don't want in your life? And then we're going to shift it into all of the things you do want, and we're going to start finding where this misalignment comes in. Because obviously, if you're wanting all of these things, but you currently don't have them, there's something that's holding you back. So we're really going to dig into that. And we're going to learn more about what it feels like to be misaligned versus what it feels like to be actually aligned in what you're doing. And we're going to learn more about radical responsibility, which is something that as you go along this journey, you'll start realizing sometimes it's not easy to take radical responsibility for our own actions. But the reason we are in our position today is because we created it. We made decisions in our past, even though it might not have been based on our own belief system that we would like to say is true to our heart. We did make all of those action steps that have brought us to where we are today. So about taking radical responsibility. Week number 4, we're going to talk about faith and trust and how abundance always fills a void. So as we begin to clear things out, it's always going to be filled with abundance. So we're going to be talking more about faith and trust. And then we're going to talk more about developing a personalized morning routine for you so you can start setting up your day for success. And I'm sure you guys might have heard morning routines are critical because that is really truly setting you up for your day so that you can actually have an incredible day. Because when we wake up all scattered in the morning and we don't really know what's going on, you better bet your day is going to continue going that way. So week number 5, we're going to be talking about how to actually fully surrender to the divine guidance. We're going to be talking about mirrors and triggers, which are when you have something in your life happen, something triggers you, so you get very uncomfortably emotionally, maybe it makes you upset, angry, things like that. So we're going to talk more about triggers and emotions and reframing events. And I'm going to teach you an incredible 3-step process that's actually going to help you to become more aware of everything going on in your body. So if you're experiencing anxiety, you're experiencing stress, you're experiencing these less desirable emotions, how you can then shift those into something that's going to be higher frequency and going to start moving you forward in your life. Week number 6, we're going to be talking about negativity and fear and how those lower frequency vibrations affect us and how we can go about moving through them, and also our threshold of deservingness. Because if we feel like we aren't worthy of these things, we're always going to have this block up. So we're going to break through some of those blocks and we're going to clear some of those negative limiting beliefs and the emotions associated with them. week number 7, we're going to make a 90-day customized game plan for you so that you can start working toward achieving all of these goals, dreams, visions that are on your heart. And then week number 8 is going to be closing. We're really going to be supporting. And then with this, you're going to be getting an ongoing support from a Facebook group. So you're going to have access to that with an incredible community of all of the graduates that come from this course. So it's going to be an epic community. Oh, Mike, I love you so much too. You're amazing. So it's going to be so incredible. But if you guys are curious, if you want to know more, please feel free to join for this free masterclass. Once again, it's going to be on November 3rd. At 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I put the link right in this live. So you can click on that. It's www.laurapalooda.com/becoming-aware. And you can go on there. You can register for the masterclass. And then from there, just make sure that you go to your email and you go and find the confirmation email, click confirm so you can actually be on the list to receive the information for the call. And then on there, you're going to be learning more. And I am doing some amazing pre-sale discounts for the course. So if you know this is something that you want to do, if you've already made up your mind and you're ready to go for it, you can feel free to register for the course and purchase the course right on that same webpage. Or if you have questions, anything like that, feel free to put them in the comments here, or reach out to me personally. You can reach out to the email that's also on that webpage just to make sure that I get to it, because I do get lots of messages and I don't necessarily get back to them right away. But I am so fired up for this, guys. It is going to be such an incredible not too sure if this is still working, but it's going to be such an incredible course. So I'm super excited, fired up for it. I love you guys so much. And just know, guys, that it doesn't matter where you currently are in your journey. It is never too late to start again, and just keep moving forward one foot in front of the other. So I love you guys so much. I will see you guys on the masterclass, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.